Hi everyone, it's Danny. So today I'm going to be answering a question sent by Anki, and they're asking, why do Phalaenopsis orchids produce different size flowers? And she's referring to flowers on the same orchid or on the same flower spike. Now, I've discovered there are two instances in which you can find smaller flowers than the previous ones. And the first one and the most obvious one is when you just purchase an orchid. If it still has some buds, the buds in most cases when they open will be smaller than the previous flowers, like I have this one here. And there is a logical explanation for this. Because the orchid is trying to adapt to your new environment, which is totally different from the one in the store, it's now really diverting enough energy for the flower production, because it's not that important at the moment for the orchid. Now you can expand this to a suffering orchid or an orchid that just went through a stressy period. Maybe you just repotted it, maybe it has some issues with the roots and so on. If it's not a new orchid, it's definitely going through some sort of a stress. Also, smaller flowers can be associated with a more washed out color. As you can see, this flower, it looks like it really didn't open enough. As you can see, the green patches here, it looks like it's more concentrated than it actually should be. And this is because it's a recent purchase and she just gets adjusted to my environment. On healthy Phalaenopsis orchids, you can see a slight difference between the last flower that will bloom and the first one. Usually, the flowers from the tip of the orchid can be slightly smaller. Of course, it's not going to be so obvious and so dramatic like the other case I showed you, but it is quite normal for the last flowers to be just slightly smaller than the first flowers that opened. I've just noticed this with most of my Phalaenopsis. It's not a general rule, but it can happen sometimes and it doesn't mean anything. Just keep in mind that the actual difference is slight. It's very subtle, so you need to be you need to pay a lot of attention to actually notice it. This is in the case of a healthy Phalaenopsis orchid. So, okay, hopefully I've answered your question. Hopefully I shed some light. And yeah, just check on your orchids if they're healthy. If you see that the new flowers are really small compared to the previous flowers, then it's definitely a sign of a problem and of a stress factor for the orchid. Maybe you just changed the environment slightly and the orchid needs to adapt. Okay, thank you for the question. And if you guys have any other questions or suggestions for videos, pop them in a comment below, and if I can, I'll try to make a video with it and tell you my opinion. Okay, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel and you'll stay up to date. I'm trying to post daily, at least one video a day. So yeah, thank you again for joining and I'll see you next time. Bye!